Hello there, Big Benedict here. We're playing Dead Space on the PC on the hardest difficulty, and this is my no damage guide for the aforementioned title. And we're going to start in a new game. And I just finished up my Dead Space plasma cutter only run guide, and I want to play more and I want to be challenged better. So that hit right there, it actually doesn't count against you. It's just he gets stunned for a second. I think it happens a couple of times over here. I like this suit though. Anyway, just watch out for that because you can get damaged. So this is going to be a lot more of a concise project for me. Any event where there's enemies will be covered in this guide. Any downtime or lulls, periods of inactivity or just moving around will be excised from all of the content that I record. So I'll be using this suit here because it doesn't matter what suit you have, because one hit and I'll be starting over. So just please don't misunderstand what I'm doing here. This is a no damage run. I'll be using other weapons as I determine, and I will be upgrading, but any damage will end the session, so I'll have to start over. And I'm really excited about doing this. I know I haven't finished publishing the guide. We've got a lot of great content coming. I think we've got 4 more installments of Dead Space, and then we've also got a couple more segments of the Metal Gear Rising, and then I'll be doing the DLC for that. But I just don't want to play Dead Space 2. And there was a couple of points when I was lamenting over how simple this game is, but the whole time I was doing the plasma cutter guide, I wanted to do this. So I'm really excited to do this now because it's going to offer me a true challenge. And I honestly don't know if it can be done. I mean, I'm sure somebody can do it. Hell, I think I've seen somebody do it. I haven't searched lately, but I want to see if I can do it. And I'm really excited. I've never been more excited about a project before, ever. So what I thought about doing was transitions and blurring and intake. I think they're just called transitions, but I don't want overlapping footage because then that might confuse people about where I'm trying to start out. So the beautiful thing about a guide like this is that you can sell all the health upgrades that you acquire, and they're pretty valuable too, because you'll never be using the health upgrades. And this time around, I'm not going to get the schematics for the guns that have ammunition with low resale value. So it was nice that I did that first guide. And anyway, so okay, so let's just proceed over here. A lot of encounters on this first section. And let's do this main room here.
Looks like that door is
I believe I'm just going to skip. Am I skipping this? Oh no, I'm not going to skip it. Some of this was included because I realized that the video was pretty short and I wanted to have some time to speak about what I was intending to do with this project. But I'm definitely not going to be buying different suits because, if they actually made you go faster, his movement was increased, I would do it. But they purposely make him go slow to make you feel helpless. And another reason I want this suit is because since there's no restart from checkpoint feature in this game, then it's going to be longer to allow myself to get killed if I have a very expensive suit that has a lot of HP slots. So this way I can have the basic suit and be allowed, if I get hit, that I can just stand there for like 1 second or 2 seconds and then get mauled and then be able to start really quickly and not have to wait for a lot of HP to drain out. So along those regards, the suit will be a no upgrade run because increasing the HP is going to serve no purpose. other than to delay how long it takes me to restart. Start a new session after the game does its little death animation. So after you move this arm here, we've killed 2 enemies. We're gonna hit the switch and then grab the node. And then this guy's gonna pop out of one of these 2 vents here. I believe it's this one. So you've got to wait until Kendra does all the dialogue. And then I've sped this up here. We're just gonna wait for this guy. There he is, right on time. There you go, motherfucker. And even though I'm using this suit, it does come with a handicap because I can't hold very much. I think I only get 8 slots. So anyway, we have a leaper and a slasher out here, so you've got to watch out. I mean, any damage I take, anything will not be included. So these guys are going to come out on the floor vent right here. This guy, I would stasis, try to stasis these guys as much as possible because you've got a catch of it in that first room. But these leapers are going to be a problem, and the lurkers. And so far, it hasn't been very hard. I can't remember being very sloppy in my guide, but I know I got hit in a lot of places. So it's going to be a joy to redo those sections. Okay, so I think we've got one more encounter.
But I've got the door to the maintenance bay unlocked. The data board should be somewhere inside.
So I will not be exploiting anything. Just when you turn the corner over here, just watch out for this guy right by the save station. You could actually kill this guy before you go into that chamber where we were moving the arms and freezing them. So just take your pick. If you forget about him, he's right around the corner to greet you. So this guy here is going to jump over the railing. It's right at a checkpoint area. So you want to take care of him and then turn around. These enemies are pretty slow when they're far away from you, but they do a charge when they close in the distance. And some of them will come out of different vents that you see mine coming out of. It's just because I'm different. I'm placed differently on the map. Maybe my back is to a different vent and they're going to come out of it. So with that enemy killed, you want to approach this one and back off, grab the cylinder, throw it at him, or just shoot it like I did right there. And then there's going to be one more guy walking down here. Oh, the reason I couldn't grab it is because, obviously, I don't have the kinesis module yet. We get it in the next chapter. That's why I couldn't pick it up. And there's the last guy for this section. So it's just going to depend where you're located on a lot of these encounters. But just be very careful of enemies, like losing sight of enemies, because what they're going to do is go through a vent wherever their nearest vent is. They're going to go into it and usually come right up behind you out of a vent. So here's number 2. Take him out, and then you're going to get ambushed over here, of course. So just hug the wall right here, turn around, stasis him if you have to, because he's pretty fast right there. So it's really going to behoove you to upgrade the plasma cutter and the stasis for the duration of it, so you can freeze these enemies longer. Okay, see, another guy's dropping in here. And after you ride the elevator, this guy will charge you every time, so just take him out, stasis him if you have to. And then stomping them actually does nothing. I just do it out of habit from Dead Space 2. They're either going to drop something or they won't. So I believe this is the end of the enemies. I'm backing off here because sometimes another one will jump out, but I think the count, I've just killed them all, so no more are going to come here. So I'm going to go through this door, and then there's going to be an edit here as I walk out, and then there's going to be this one, and then a guy to the right. So just keep a mental like tally in your mind how long you've frozen these guys, because it doesn't last very long at first, but as you increase the duration of the stasis, they will get frozen longer and not be able to move. So making your way back here to the elevator, there's just going to be this guy right here. And sometimes you don't even have to stasis them, because the bullets from this gun, the plasma energy, it will stun them. Okay, so there's a little jump scare here. This is just the next sequential fight. Sometimes, like I've mentioned, I've had to trim a lot of footage out, but just backtrack if you want to. It might be an avoidable fight, to be honest. But I do want to kill everybody. So this guy, I think I heard that guy, so we're nearing the end of the chapter now. You have a save point. You're going to have a leaper, I think a solitary leaper, come up from where the Ping statue is down there. There he is. See, if you turn, they might be at a different spot sometimes. That's the only thing you have to bear in mind. But we'll go into the plane now. And I don't think they checkpointed after this. But you don't take damage. And as far as I know, there's nothing in this game that is like mandatory damage that you can't physically get away from. I don't remember anything from my campaign like that happening. But if there was something like that, you would have to just live with it. So just make sure you have enough stasis. Like, avoid using your stasis up to this encounter here, because there's a couple of chargers here, and I think a leaper too. See, they're coming here. These guys love to feign death. Like when you knock their legs off, they love to just sit there and build a false sense of their being dead, and then they'll slash you right when you approach them. Okay, here's the leaper coming in, and the slasher. So this game gives you a lot of opportunities to immobilize all of your foes, but some situations they just keep coming. It seems like they never stop coming.